What's up, you guys? We are talking to very talented actor Peter Wrobell and his new starring role in Junkie, Miles to Go, so don't go away.
You're tuned in to AFTERBUZZ TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Peter chose this song. We are on the same wavelength, you guys. Gonna be a great night. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So let's get right into it. Let's talk about this movie. The trailer captivated me. And you play, it's a drama. How did you prepare for this role, and how was the filming process for this movie?
Sure. So my character, his name is Xander. I play a brother. I have a fiance and a sister. My sister gets involved in a world that nobody really belongs in, and I do my best to actually try to help her get out of it. Stick my nose where it doesn't belong, and stuff happens. So the thing is, my cousin passed away due to drug overdose just weeks before, principal photography. So preparing for this particular role, it's really complex because it was hard, but not really, if you know what I mean. It was easy in front of the camera to show these organic emotions, to try to help this individual and what she was going through. But as soon as the camera stopped rolling, it was extremely emotional, because then the reality sets in, and then I think about my cousin that passed away because of drugs.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of like an extremely unfortunate circumstance of real life method acting.
right, exactly.
Wow. So going off screen to on screen was probably, that filming process was it kind of emotionally depleting by the end of it?
It was the very first day on set. The scenes that we had was an extremely emotional take, where I actually have to talk to my sister and let her know, you have to choose. Either you're gonna let me help you, or you're on your own. It was so physically, emotionally, psychologically draining for me that at the end of the day I was spent, and I just had no power to do anything. It was just extremely emotionally draining.
Wow, I really can't wait to see it, because I think it also will present a good and emotional light on addiction, which is such a huge worldwide issue.
Right, especially now. Right, exactly.
But on the flip side of acting, how do you usually prepare for roles? Obviously, this one was kind of a unique circumstance.
Right, this was unique. I did a movie a few years back, a couple of years ago, called it's a faith-based film called the acronym is WWJD. What Would Jesus Do? The Journey Continues. I actually had a lead role in that movie. It was with Schneider and Lamas, and I played a young pastor. So I had no idea how to prepare for this, but this was, a last-minute cast. And what happened was, I actually went on YouTube and researched on how pastors behaved, the way they talk to a couple, let's say, or a troubled young man. The mannerisms, how they walk, how they talk. So I had to do that in like 48, 72 hours, prepare like extremely quick. In addition to obviously learning the lines and whatnot, but try to get that mannerisms down. So again, that's a really rare preparation, because it's so quick and so fast, but thank God for YouTube.
Okay. The internet is like your own encyclopedia to anything.
Yes, exactly. So it definitely helps actors a lot.
Yes, but you also have a very interesting background. You're from Warsaw, Poland, but you were born there and grew up in Washington D.C.
Right. I was born in Warsaw and lived in Warsaw for a few years, and then left Europe to come to Washington D.C. metropolitan area. Funny fact, actually. Well, we can talk about that later, but
you can tell me.
Okay, well, Warren Beatty, Shirley MacLaine, and Sandra Bullock both went to the high school that I went to.
Oh wow!
So which is really cool. But
that's awesome.
That is pretty cool. And then I think our rival school was Annandale High School, and that's Luke Skywalker's high school.
Oh, That is so cool. Love the fun fact.
So yeah, but that's a fun fact. So I lived. I spent most of my life in Washington D.C. metropolitan area. I did theater there as well, and then trying to make a transition from theater to film and TV here in Los Angeles was a little bit tricky, but I got the hang of it. So I do miss the East Coast. I miss the Four Seasons. I miss my family. I'm the only one out here. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, so I just had my family come in to see me because the movie Junkie was screened at the LA Polish Film Festival
Yes.
last month. So that was a lot of fun.
Did they enjoy watching it with you?
Well, here's the thing. They've never seen me on the big screen. So for them, it was like, oh my God. And of course, my mom was crying and whatnot. So she was like, oh my God, my little son.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun to have them.
That's amazing to share that moment with them because it is really exciting and it is a highly anticipated film.
Yeah. It's actually inspired by true events. Mm-hmm. So and there's a book out about it on Amazon called Broken Wings. So if you guys want to check it out, definitely check that book out. But yeah, it's a project that I myself will never forget. You get chills and goosebumps on your arms when the producer that knows the person that went through sees the actor, and after the scene he's crying because it's so emotional for him to see that entire scene take place. So
wow.
Yeah. So
that just gave me the chills.
Yeah, there's a lot of emotions, lots of emotions. And Christian Kane is also in it. Anna Eastenden, she's from Finland. Eve Morrow, she's in there as well. So it's a lot of good talent. Great chemistry. So we had a ball making this film.
I'm sure that makes it a lot easier.
Yes, it does, absolutely.
Because you've been heavily involved in theater and film basically your entire life.
Yes. Yeah. I've wanted to be an actor since I was 9.5, 10 years old. I just did not know how to go about it. So, of course, you play the dress up in schools and elementary and whatnot, and that's what I liked a lot, to pretend someone you're not, and to research those areas on different characters and what decision would this character make or what choice would this person would make. So to me, that's artistically very much it's like a natural high for me, especially acting on stage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you can make choices, but you can make different choices on stage. Whereas in TV and film, it's stick to the script. This is how it is, and whatnot. With stage, it's a little bit different. It's much more bigger, and when you have a few shows a week to do, you got your lines down and everything. But you could also play around with the character as well, as opposed to TV and film, where it's kind of like, not really. You kind of have to stick with what the writers wrote, and this is what you got to do.
Yeah, that's an interesting distinguishment. What genre do you usually like to kind of dive into, and what kind of movie do you want to do next?
Right. So I love drama.
Me too.
I had an opportunity to work on The Bold and the Beautiful, which is amazing, and I loved drama. I loved just diving right into it, just the emotions of it, the draining of it. I actually love that. Yes, it's so hard on the person, but I love that. In a perfect world, the movie that I would like to make is a movie about World War II. My grandpa fought the Nazis and the Russians in the 40s, and some of the stories he told me, I actually want to portray that on film.
Wow.
Like the Warsaw Uprising of 1944. I would love to make a movie like that. Half Polish, half English, not a problem, because I speak Polish fluently. So that would be quite amazing.
That would be awesome, because that's a side of World War II we don't often see on the screen.
Right.
I would really look forward to that. Unfortunately, we have to wrap, but where can everyone find you, and when can we see this film in America?
Yes. Actually, this film is still being shopped around, but definitely in 2019. Most likely Hulu or Amazon.
Awesome.
Most likely. But definitely we'll know probably around March, April. For social media, it's Peter, last name W-R-O-B as in boy E-L-L. That's on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter as well.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. You guys, you can follow me at Steph Sabraw on Instagram and Twitter, and make sure you keep an eye out for this film, because it is something you don't want to miss. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Thank you so much. That was awesome.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.